Draymond's good?
Draymond's good.
Is everybody else besides Al good?
Seth and Gary are both questionable. Gary's been sick all day, and Seth has an injury he's dealing with. So both guys are questionable. I'm not sure yet.
Any kind of update on Al, where he's at?
No update, yeah.
Steph mentioned the other night after the loss to Minnesota a certain look that you guys struggle with. Portland's beaten you a couple times, size, length. I guess just kind of big picture, what do you guys need to do better against teams that present those kind of challenges?
Well, the other night to me was not really as much about their size as it was our transition defense. I mean, we looked at like 7 clips today with the team where we just didn't have a sense of urgency, and it's a one-possession game in the last 30 seconds. So it's easy to just say, well, hey, we're not a very big team, and Gobert had a big night, and but I don't really have an answer, for being a small team. We're not going to grow overnight. So I can make an appeal to the team that we've got to have a sense of urgency and transition, and the things that we are keying in on, defensively, taking care of the ball so that we aren't in transition defensively, and giving up layups, containment in general, just having a tight shell, and then rebounding. We did those things pretty well the other night, but our transition defense was terrible. So every night is different, but we have to be consistent with who we are, with our identity. We're just that's not gonna change that we're a small team.
See, we talk so much through time. When Steph's out and he comes back, what a difference he makes. When Draymond's out and he comes back, I'm not saying it's the same, but defensively, like Steph offensively, does it make that big of a difference night to night?
Oh, it makes a dramatic difference. I mean, Draymond remains one of the great defenders in the league, one of the very best, if not the best defender, that I've ever seen. Just, even at this age, the impact he makes with his brain, his versatility, but it also changes things offensively, So there are changes we have to make, shifts we have to make with our thinking, with our lineups based on Steph's return, Draymond's return. So it's good that we have a deep team because we have a lot of options.
This feels like the healthiest you guys have been in a while. Do you want to establish a steady starting lineup or something relatively steady?
I'd love to. You saw last year I didn't do it until we got Jimmy, and we finally did it, and we went on a run. It would be nice to be able to do that, but I don't feel like we're in position to do that given Steph's absence, Draymond's absence, Pat's emergence, searching for different combos, a lot of guys being, in the same vicinity in terms of, lack of separation between who's playing well, who's playing poorly. Every night feels a little bit different, so I don't think we're there yet.
Is Draymond as a starting center still like a viable option going forward in certain looks?
Yeah, it's always an option. We, at some point we just have to find some consistency and some momentum, and we're obviously not there yet. I do want to say one thing. I was here, sitting here 7 years ago after the Parkland shooting. We were in Portland that day, and I remember, turning on the news and seeing the news, and with what happened last night, at Brown, it's just a reminder to me that, these shootings continue to happen, and there is something we can do about them. The loss that all of the people involved last night, the loss that they're feeling, it's exactly the same loss as all the Parkland families and every other mass shooting. Nobody asked me about it today. I didn't expect anybody to ask me. I doubt we're going to do a moment of silence out there because it's human nature just to not want to deal with this stuff, and it's human nature just to think, this is so horrible. Let's just not even think about it. But we have to think about it, and the vast majority of gun owners in this country are responsible, law-abiding citizens. They have every right, to own a gun. But it's on us to decide if we actually want to take action, as a country, as citizens. We know that there are common sense measures we can take that will save people's lives. And I just want people out there, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican or gun owner, non-gun owner, I just want people thinking, what if it were my child? What if it were my brother or sister? Would you be willing to stand up to your representatives and say, you know what, enough. I'm not going to vote for you unless you are going to stand up for gun violence prevention through common sense laws that the vast majority of Americans agree on? Or are we just going to continue to let the gun lobby run us over and not do anything to protect each other, to protect our children, to protect our future? We have to make that decision. And so don't just look the other way, even though that's human nature and I understand it. Think about it. Think about it. Do you want something done? Do you want your child to go to school terrified every day? Or do you want to actually take action? Because that's what a democracy is about, where we demand that our representatives protect us. And that option is there. So we can either, just do what we're continuing to do and let these things happen, or make some demands. And so as you're thinking about this today, think about what if it were your own family member. Thanks.
Thank you.